Hello, I'm Brian.
Hi, thanks for tuning in tonight. My name is Ted Goki. I'm a Catoosa County resident, voter, father, and family of three here in Catoosa County. And the purpose of tonight's show is to introduce you to one of the candidates for Superior Court Judge Brian House. We also have joining us here tonight Larry Black, former Chief of Police of Fort Oglethorpe and the current head of the Drug Task Force. And joining us from time to time as your calls come in, Don Pittman, the former editor of the Dade County Sentinel, will be joining us with some phone calls. We are asking for your phone calls tonight. You can call the numbers at the bottom of your screen, 706-866-7646 or 866-7712. Let's get to know Brian House tonight. Brian's been a friend of mine for years. I've been on staff at a few of the churches that he's been a part of. And Brian, we're glad to have you here tonight. Why don't you tell the voters a little bit about yourself? First of all, everybody will look at you, they'll think you just graduated from high school. So tell them how old you are, really.
I am 46 years old. I graduated high school in 1980. It's been a while since then.
So what else about yourself that people need to know?
Well, I graduated with an accounting degree from the University of Tennessee in 1984, and then I graduated from a law degree in 1987. Started practicing law in Chattanooga, Tennessee, working for a couple of insurance defense firms, and then started my practice in 1990 in the state of Georgia, passed the Georgia bar in 1990, and opened up my own office as a sole practitioner in 1992 in downtown Ringgold. Most people will know where it's at, but it's located next to the wedding chapel. Okay, it used to be, I believe, a dry cleaner's business, but now it's my law office since 1992. I live in Ringgold, have lived in Ringgold since 1989, and have made my home there. I met my wife sometime thereafter, and been married to her for almost 10 years now. And I have an 8-year-old daughter, and we live in Ringgold, and we've been living there since in Callaway Farm since about 2 years ago. I lived in Rolling Hills prior to that time.
So you've lived in Catoosa County quite some time.
Quite some time. It's probably the longest I've ever lived anywhere. I grew up, my dad moved around about every 2 or 3 years because he was in the textile industry. You know, they have a tendency to go under, or they get transferred, or just laid off. So we moved around quite a bit growing up.
Now, the Superior Court judge position, you're not just a Catoosa County judge. You're over several other counties as well. How well do you know those counties, and how did you get to know them?
Well, that's a good point. Superior Court judge has basically the territory it covers is called the Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit. Okay, and the Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit consists of Catoosa County, Chattooga County, Dade County, and Walker County. Predominantly, I practice in all three of those states or counties. I don't practice much in Chattooga, but I have tried cases down there. Predominantly, I practice a lot in Catoosa County and Walker. And surprisingly, I tried a lot of cases in Dade County. I have a very good practice there, good people there in Dade County and Catoosa and Walker and Chattooga.
So why in the world would you become a lawyer? What made you want to become a lawyer?
Well, I got my undergraduate degree in accounting and actually went to law school to be a tax accountant. Okay, and then took a mock trial class in college and law school and said, that's what I want to do. I want to try cases. And got the more I started doing it, the more I wanted to do it. And then when you open a practice in Catoosa County, you have to take court-appointed cases, and that's how I really got the desire to become a trial lawyer, was taking the court-appointed cases in Catoosa, and then I spread it out. You know, there's a lot of pro bono work that you do when you first start, and I still do it, and I took a lot on as far as the Dade County. I put my name on that one, which you don't have to. You mainly have to deal with Catoosa and Walker, and that's how I developed some experience trying it. And I really have a passion for trying cases, and I love trying criminal cases. I do a lot of domestic practice also. I do a lot of land disputes. I also do a lot of other matters that go through the Superior Court.
Well, I hear you say, you talk about your passion, your love for law. What is it specifically that you like about the practice of law and being an attorney?
Well, the part of the thing that you develop in a practice, especially the practice that I'm involved in, is you get to meet a lot of people, and when they come to you, it's always a lot of times at the time they're having the most problems in their lives. So you meet people at the time that they're having the most trauma in their lives, and I think it's very good for me because they come to me to help solve that problem, no matter what it is. If it's a criminal matter, it's a domestic, or it could be a landline dispute or something like that. It's just a lot of things, and I think I love the people that I meet. Mine is a people type of practice. I'm not stuck in some cubicle or some office. I'm actually out there meeting people constantly. I mean, I go places from church to the grocery store, and I'm always constantly, people are asking me about legal matters, and they've all have them. And that's part of the practice of law, and it's actually very enjoyable.
Well, we're going to come back and take some of your calls, your questions that you have for Brian about why he's running for office, what would make him the best Superior Court judge, because you have a lot of choices this year. Also, Larry's going to share with us about how the relationship between the court system, the Superior Court judge, and law enforcement, and some of his experience. And we're waiting on your calls, 866-7646 or 866-7712. We'll be back in just a minute with more questions for Brian House.
I'm running for Superior Court Judge of Catoosa, Chattooga, Dade, and Walker County. I have over 21 years of trial experience in the various court system, and I would ask for your support.
For justice in this House, vote for Brian House, Superior Court Judge, November the 4th.